Hey there guys, we are back with more Magic the Gathering. That's what we'll be playing today. I've got a new deck that is fun and I am really enjoying, so let's take a quick look at that before we start. I am also back to deck overlays, attempting to get those in here, but I'm not so sure it's working, so we'll see what happens there. Anyway, this is the new deck. It's red-white Boros with Invoke Justice. So we've got these 4x Invoke Justices, and then we've got 4x Invoke, or 2x Invoke Calamities right now, just 2x. And that will get us a total of 6 reses from the graveyard. And we're resing Velomach, Lorehold because he's a lot of value, and also Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon, everybody knows Goldspan Dragon is entirely too powerful. And then Velomach is whenever he attacks, and he's got haste to begin with, he casts a spell off the top of your top of your library, rather. So he is quite powerful himself. Otherwise, we've got a whole bunch of draw with treasure generation in order to get cards up quicker. You know, get to a quicker Invoke Justice. It also fixes the mana fixing, since Invoke Justice, Invoke Calamity are 4x of the color. That can be a little bit difficult, but I am running all of the dual lands, whatever you want to call them. So it's not really that hard. And then aside from that, just general white control stuff. Doomscar. I've got no, okay, this deck isn't running the other board clear. So yeah, I've got the 3x board clear here. The Rip Apart 2x. I probably could replace this Era of Enlightenment with 2 more of the Rip Parts. That's one thing I'm looking into with the deck. And then I also have the Lorehold command, rather. Lorehold command is good to play off the top with Velomach. I'm not convinced otherwise, but one thing it is very good at is dealing your last 3 damage for lethal. So I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to keep these 2x because, again, it's great value coming off of Velomachus, Lorehold rather. It's great value coming off of Lorehold here, and it in a pinch or as a finisher is decent. Otherwise, the Angel Fire Ignition is in here for 2 reasons. One, it gives us lifelink with a massive creature, so that's just, you know, it's plain stabilization. And 2, we can discard it and still use it because it has flashback, so we discard it to Seize the Spoils, Unexpected Windfall, etc. And that's where we're at. Again, only changes I'm looking at for the deck right now is possibly swapping out these 2 Enlightenments for 2 more Rip Aparts, just because you know, most decks right now that I'm running into are creature enchantment, artifacts, creatures, etc. So having the removal, 2 mana removal, and that's hard removal against the enchantment creatures, is very useful. So that's the deck, and we will get onto ladder. Play and standard rank, yep. And let's get some games in. While we're doing that on the other screen, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't find my win rate with this deck. Alright, so with this deck, we kind of want 3 mana, so this is not really keepable. It's what we really want is 4 mana. We want 4 mana just so that we're guaranteed to hit our Unexpected Windfall, but normally instead of the Unexpected Windfall, we'll have the 3 mana Scavenge card that does basically the same thing, and that's good enough to get our 4th land. And it's one of those things that will get us our 4th land and a treasure, which will let us cast Invoke Justice. So that's normally good enough. Normally it's 3 lands and that card, or we'll have the 2 mana, discard 2, draw 3, and drawing 3 cards is plenty enough to get all the land we need. So normally we can sit at 3 lands. We got 2 lands here, so I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. We have 2 lands again, but we do have these draw 3s, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand. Plus Velomach and Angel Fire are both good discards since we were resing Velomach, and the Angel Fire is flashback. It's a little awkward with these lands, obviously. If we do draw into a 3rd land, which is ideal, then we're just fine. Yeah, we did. So now we can play this one, and on curve, play the Thrilling, and back to the Thrilling more or less guarantees us the 4th land at this point with draw 3. And as you can see in our hand, we already have 5, so Goldspan Dragon will be coming out at the latest on turn 5, and that's assuming we don't hit anything else. I'll go ahead and draw first and discard this mountain that my opponent can see. And we'll go ahead and play that. One of those things, because we have so many dual lands, it doesn't necessarily matter what land we play, although I would normally, if we didn't have 2 dual lands already, I'd prefer to play a second white, just so that we had, in case of a disaster, we would have the opportunity to play Doomscar with 2 whites. Otherwise, the other thing you would want 2 reds for is the Windfall. That's the other thing you got to keep in mind, so you got to look at whether or not you're going to need Windfall or whatnot. Obviously, we can play the 4 white here, so we get to keep the treasure, and we get Lormak out on this turn, which means that we're doing very well. Lormak comes out as a 9/9 because he's +4s. We attack, we get a Massive Spell, or Unexpected Windfall, which is good enough. We'll discard again the Angel Fire because the Angel Fire is recastable. We're up to 3 mana in treasures. I'm tempted to go ahead and just cycle this now. I think I will. And let's see. So the one argument against cycling that right now is that I could have played Lure. I could have played Goldspan into Goldspan next turn. So that was quite possibly a mistake and not something I should have done. I just really like card draw. Yeah, so Rip Apart here gets us lethal. So we play the red, and that's leaving a white open for the Rip Apart. Destroy target enchantment. Oh, I guess this isn't because he's back as a 5/5. I said lethal, but that is not actually accurate. Yeah, so he does that. We're still floating 1 red. It's not quite enough, right? Yeah, it's not enough to do anything with. So we attack with Vol. And we'll go ahead and do that. Player, and then sacrifice the treasure for draw. And we, yep, no more lands. Alright, cool. Game's going very well this turn. If he has to spend all his mana dealing with my creature, I have 4/4 haste, and we have 6, not quite enough mana to... Okay, and this is one of those situations where we can play, assuming I got 9 mana, 3, 6, 7, I do not have 9 mana. So there's a couple ways to do this. We can Angel Fire into Doomscar off the top. We can also... Do I have another? No. Okay. We could Goldspan, which does close to the same thing. Unfortunately, Goldspan doesn't get the treasure until we attack, so we don't get the Angel Fire because it's sorcery. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And it's one of those things, if we get the Doomscar off the top, which is not not terribly unlikely, then... Oh, can you see the deck overlay now? Alright, cool. Nice. You can see the deck overlay. That's awesome. Okay. So, if we get the Doomscar, which is a... Where's Doomscar at? 6% chance. Alright, we didn't hit the Doomscar. I guess just Windfall. Yeah, we'll Windfall. I'm going to check my other Windfall. And here, shoot, I forgot that Angel Fire gives, oh, I'm feeling so stupid. Angel Fire gives trample. I forgot. That's fine. We still have lethal. Still have lethal. Yeah, this is lore hold out of the graveyard is what this is. Just waiting for my opponent to respond. And log in over here, see if I can't get my stats for the deck. Opponent respond yet? Let me know. Nope, opponent still don't respond yet. And logging in, maybe. Where's my login information? There it is. Alright, opponent, if you want to just quit, you can also do that. Alright. Never remember my login information. And where is my decks? Click it. And where are we at? Where are we at? Alright, so right now this deck is at 18-7 according to my deck tracker. And yeah, I guess that's what it is. So it looks like the opponent is just rage quitting here. It's interesting. I'm looking. I guess I made this deck about 5 days ago. I was double checking to see whether or not there were any other versions that I had of the deck, but I guess I haven't made any changes since I put it together. So this deck was inspired by seeing an opponent play. For the record, inspired by seeing an opponent play Invoke Justice into Loramok. So I can't take full credit for this, obviously. Not strictly my deck, but I did build the rest of it just based off the idea that I was going to play Loramok and Invoke Justice. And that's one more win in the win counter column. Whoops. Whoopsies. Alright, what are we looking at here? Oh, we don't have the googly eyes anymore. Where are my googly eyes at? For the record, this is being recorded on April 1st. We had googly eyes this morning when I played. We do not have googly eyes anymore. I just realized. Rip googly eyes. One of these things where don't have any turn one plays, so play that one tapped is just fine. Don't have to hold it, hoping to draw into a mountain or a plains. Right here we have all sorts of mana fixing in our hand, so I'm going to go ahead and just play this as the red, and we'll go ahead and precast this, forecast. Next turn, hopefully hit a draw card, otherwise we're just kind of sitting around, unfortunately. My opponent's playing a 3-color deck, that's always fun. I'll go ahead and play my other red because it doesn't matter. Next turn is looking like Unexpected Windfall into discard Angel Fire. That is Skyclave Relic. Okay. This one I will play as a white to keep my mana balanced. And then we will discard the Angel Fire Ignition as discussed earlier. Will not spend my 2 treasures on Doomscar number 2 because that is entirely unnecessary. And then double check my audio because I have a bad habit of letting Forgetting to turn the music on. Do we need 5 mana? Yeah, we may as well keep our 5 mana and just cast it, hard cast this one. I do want to hopefully hit a for this prismatic bridge. It's actually pretty amazing that my opponent managed to hit his 5 colors this early. Yeah, I think that's good for right now. I'm not going to spend any of this treasure just yet. Wow, okay. That's a big one. So next turn we do, because of this, because of our treasures and Goldspan being broken, we do have Ignition Fire into Doomscar. And I very well may, assume we don't have enough mana. Yeah, we have enough mana, so I'll probably do the full cast one out of my hand. I will also probably full cast the Angel Fire out of the graveyard as well. Question is, so if I cast this to try to find my destruction, my artifact removal, artifact enchantment removal, that's 2 mana, putting me down to 3 plus 6 is 9. So that's still 4 and 5, so we can still do this. So we'll do those 2. And hopefully we hit Rip Apart. We did not hit Rip Apart. We can play Malakut. I don't think I will. I think I'll go back to plan A here. And go with this play. Oh, and that's the other thing that I tend to forget about, is that casting the Angel Fire on the Goldspan Dragon costs effectively 2 less. And we will play our land. We can still discard other stuff, so I don't feel the need to hold on to this land. We will put this down as white, I think. And end turn. Yeah, cool dragon, dude. Cool dragon. 2 Cosmic Illusters. Yeah, resolve all. So next turn we have how are we going to run this? So we could Malakut. We could Angel Fire. Angel Fire costs 2, which is 1 treasure. And then we will have 2, 4, 6, 8 mana left over. 7 for Valakut. In which case... This costs 2. That costs 3, so that's 5. So if I spend 5, I'll have 5 left over. So we can deal an extra 4. So we deal an extra 4. That is 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 4 is 12, which is not lethal. So we can't do that. So I think I'm just going to play Angel Fire and Vol. Do we need the Era of Enchantment? I don't think we do. So we can also play this. So this is 7, 11, 13, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we gotta cast this on that in order to afford this. Oh, we still can't afford this. In which case I really should have played this other way around with the trample, or the indestructibility and trample on which column? View battlefield. I guess I want this draw more than anything else. Alright, so I can either deal an extra 3 damage and draw 2 cards, sacrificing a treasure, or I can get 2 extra treasures and not deal the damage. I think I'm going to go ahead and lore hold. deal. This is plus 2 damage. This is plus 3 damage. This protects me from combat tricks. 3 damage. We're at 8. And, well, the 5's probably not getting through. I'm gonna, just to be safe, keep Loramok alive. And we'll be sacrificing this treasure. Yeah, so back to keeping Loramok alive with the indestructibility. Play that, reveal that, and now we can play Era of Enlightenment and hopefully set ourselves up for lethal next turn. We'll go ahead and... So it's one of the things, this isn't lethal, and we're not going to get to play this turn, so may as well put it at the bottom, because I'm assuming we're going to win next turn. It's one of these things where I'd much rather hit an Invoke Justice or a Goldspan Dragon to counteract what my opponent is doing this turn, as opposed to get the Rip Apart and just removing one of these enchantments. And can you deal 3 damage? Or is Loramok hanging out? Loramachus. Velomachus. Alright, looks like Velomachus is sticking around. This is an instant, so we don't have to cast this just yet. So we will go ahead and attack and see what we're running into with this cast off the top. Invoke Calamity. We should have... Do we have anything good in our graveyard? We do have Lore Hold. Okay, cool. So we'll Invoking Calamity, Lore Hold, and give our guys that and deal damage. Target creature, target player. Oh, that was out of my hand, wasn't it? Oh, am I doofus? I might be a doofus. Yeah, I might be a doofus. Flip. Did I really just cast that out of my hand? Oh my goodness, I can't believe I screwed that up. Alright, my minions are indestructible right now, so guess what? We are going to preserve as much as possible here. Give them 1 fewer creatures to work with. Flying Dragon, great. Tell me we didn't throw this one. Two flying creatures, no. It's all flipping. Oh gosh. And we can't discard 2 cards. Alright. Let's see what happens off the top. View battlefield. View graveyard. Nothing else in the graveyard. So we will do that one. Discard land. Are you an instant? Nope, you're a sorcery. This is great. I can feel this game drifting, slipping already. It doesn't necessarily matter. I'm gonna want to hold a card in hand anyway for future discard, so. Gosh darn it, all the flying creatures. I mean, it looks like his deck is all dragons to begin with, but his deck might be all dragons to begin with. Well, there's Esca. Okay. Alright. And we can't. We want to hold on to this so that we can get rid of it with throwing. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. These cosmic elixers are making me cry. I was gonna say, if his deck is also running counter spells with all this other shenanigans he's got going on here, I'd be upset. Alright. Let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Submit. Let's look for another spell. We can hit Angel Fire Emission still? No, we used both of those already. Dang. Other dragon works. Next. All attack, including our guy on the ground. Graveyard. Look at the graveyard. Graveyard. Whoops, not deck. Graveyard. Graveyard. Lore hold. I think we're going with lore hold. Done. View browser. Lore hold. Please. Lure hold. And 1/1 to all creatures should be correct, and we'll draw. And I'm gonna kill a land this time instead of the treasure because I want untapped mana for anything I could possibly do. No sense in drawing, right? Well, this is free, so may as well draw, right? Yeah. So, okay. I wasn't doing the math, but I didn't think we had lethal because we didn't have trample. Let's look at the battlefield. No, I was looking at the battlefield. Darn it. Whichever. Alright, let's go. Next round. What are we up to on wins? I wish the deck tracker would tell me in-game what we're at. Yeah, it is updated. So it looks like we're at... Huh, it's still saying... Didn't I say 8... Huh. It says 18-7 right now. That doesn't sound correct. Pardon me. Alright. So we have 2 lands. We have both draw cards. And we have Loremuck and Invoke, though. Into both Invokes. I'm kind of okay playing with this. Obviously, if we don't hit the 1 land, we're kind of SOL. But it seemed reasonable to me. This goes down tapped. That comes in as a white probably. Might come in as a red if we draw a white. Didn't draw a white, so that will go down as a red because we're going to need the 2 reds for the unexpected woodfall. Oh, Smoder Dragon. Haven't seen that in a while, and we didn't hit our land. So this is where we cry. Oh boy. Oh, punished. Okay. We won't. This is just getting cards into our graveyard. That's all this is. It's a strategy. We're a recursion deck anyway. Graveyard recursion. This is how you play this game, right? Oh my gosh. Okay, it's okay. We have 3 Invoke Justices. 3 Invoke Justices in our graveyard. And he has a dragon. Hey! I would have preferred that on turn 2, but okay. And it's a counterspell. Yep. Alright, so this is probably an L. I was holding out hope for a little bit here, but this is probably an L. Mana form Hellkite. Cool. Opponent has 3 mana, probably has a counterspell, so even if we draw a land here, we didn't draw a land. Okay, I'm done. We tried. We tried. Alright, remember earlier when I said at least 3 mana and you need the mulligan for if you had less than 3 mana? Had I taken my advice there, we might have won that game. Might have. So, hopefully we'll make it out of gold sometime today. Okay. I know I just said 3 mana or a bust, but I have Thrilling Discovery and Era of Enlightenment. So I think this is alright, okay? It's a duff card draw. We're going to hit the 3rd land. It's got to work. And I'm not just doubling down. 3rd land already, right? This is not me doubling down because it didn't work last time. This is pure mathematics here. Pure mathematics. We have the 3rd land, so that's why I'm not playing Era of Enlightenment first. Otherwise, Era of Enlightenment first would be more correct. Since Era of Enlightenment is not a draw, and therefore we need a draw on the turn we need land. Feasible, correct? Play that. We don't have anything else better to do, so we will just destroy that artifact and enchantment. Era of Enlightenment is not necessarily better. Next turn we have Unexpected Windfall, and the turn after that we have Invoke Justice. Turn after that we have Invoke Calamity. Beautiful. And we'll get rid of one of these errors. And we don't need to spend our mana right now. So next turn we have 3. If I play a white, we don't have to spend any of our treasure on the Invoke Justice. I did discard Volumik, right? Yeah, I did. Alright, go. Okie dokies. So there's a white, so we don't have to spend treasure on it. There's a Volumik, 9/9 to your face. I don't think you have a Doomblade in this expansion. I mean, I know for a fact you don't have a Doomblade in this expansion, but we'll decline from casting Doomscar off the top of our deck. And we will decline on using our treasures for Era of Enlightenment. We're going to need at least one of the treasures next turn to cast Invoke Calamity to bring Volumik back after he dies. The Eye Tyrant. I hate that guy. Angel Fire gives us trample. So we'll do this. Do we have anything else in here? Rip apart? Well, let's play Angel Fire on that. And we do not have enough mana 2/4, so we can't play Invoke Calamity 2. So we will just see what we get here, and we will assume we're hitting lethal. Alright, where's my Doomscar now? Why don't I gotta go Doomscar? We probably don't need 2 Seas. We could. It's between these two, right? Draw an extra card or get 2 treasure tokens. 2 treasure tokens lets me cast Invoke Calamity this turn, which gets me a back to destroy Yeah, I like that. Get rid of this mountain. And then we'll invoke Calamity. If we invoke Calamity on 11/11, is that lethal? That might be lethal. Oh, that's right, we flashed that back. I take it back. So anyway, back to plan A, which is deal 3 damage to that. Oh, and I'm not used to casting low-cost spells with Invoke Calamity. Yeah, I'll take the extra treasure. Yeah. I'm gonna get rid of Era of Enlightenment. One damage. Yeah, we can't really do anything, so I'm gonna hold on to this, seize the spoils. Next turn we can play Goldspan, and then... Never mind. There is no next turn. We just win. This is interesting. I swear it's not updating my win rate with this deck. Yay, random silver card. I do think I am going to swap out... I keep on saying I'm going to, and it's one of these things where the Era Enlightenment, it's nice against aggro decks, but Rip Apart basically does the same thing, right? So, I'm going to go ahead and put the Rip Apart in. More consistent enchantment removal. It's interesting because, like, it says... Oh, okay, never mind. It is not updating my play history here, it doesn't look like. Am I not logged in on the tracker? I might not be logged in on the tracker. Alright, and you can see my information here, so I guess I will not be clicking on any other things in there to link my account, as that would be bad to do on screen. So we got a bit of an awkward hand here with all these tapped lands and no actual... Well, alright, there we go. That's less awkward. So I'm going to play one of these first into... Well, I guess we don't have to. I guess everything can come into play untapped. What you got, Brosif? Black, blue. Somebody hates this game. I'll discard Velomuk, thank you. We'll hold on to the Rip Apart, I think. Yeah, there's... Alright, so it's black-blue. So honestly, it might be ninjas, which kind of makes me want to just kill this thing right now. But it's probably better to kill the ninja that comes out of it and just take the ramifications next turn, because we don't have a turn 3 play to begin with. So unless we grab Seize the Spoils, then there's no real sense to it. If we do draw into Seize the Spoils, then I should have played Rip Apart this turn. Seize the Spoils is 8% rather, and he does not have anything, it doesn't look like. So I'm gonna go ahead and zap that guy. Didn't play a ninja last turn, so I'm guessing he doesn't have ninjas, because generally speaking you start playing ninjas as soon as you can play creatures. So that's my rationale. He also does not have mana open for counter spelling, so this unexpected windfall should get through. And we'll play the other flexible land first. And discard Angel Fire. What if we don't discard Angel Fire? I guess the Rip Apart is still better. Okay. And that's fine. So we'll play Goldspan next turn, and then Seize the Spoils with Goldspan out. Okay, so this is a rogue deck. Hey! Dirtbag. That wasn't nice. I think I'm going to just do this. Nice deck, bro. Probably should have played a land and not used one of my treasures, but we're not going to talk about that. I see shiny thing, I hit shiny button. Whoopsies. Could use rip apart on treasure, probably not necessary. Play the flexible land. Let's see if Goldspan sticks. Could be counterspell. Goldspan sticks, which is fascinating. I probably should have... Okay. I will still attack for 2 because it gives me extra mana. I was going to say I probably should have played Cease the Spoils beforehand. I'm going to keep the rip apart open. And no need to spend all my mana on rip apart. Alright. We're going to attack for 4 more haste damage at least next turn because we're going to play the second Goldspan Dragon. Cool, I get extra mana. Poor rogue deck. And by poor I mean you're playing a rogue deck. I don't actually have any sympathy for you, but any reason to cast this Angel Fire? There's not a good reason to cast Angel Fire. There is a good reason to rip apart the treasure because 5 mana may be his break point. Although he had 5 mana earlier and didn't play it when he had an open board, it was 0 creatures on board against 5 mana. He didn't play 5 mana, so unless he drew into the card, and I wasn't hand tracking, so I don't actually know. That 5th mana, well, he would have played a land this turn, so he'd have to top. So his last 2 draws would have to be. This past turn was a 5 mana card, and this next turn coming up has to be a land. So, I don't see any reason to cast any of these spells, because this 1/1 is not doing anything. I did attack, right? I did not attack, did I? I didn't attack, did I? Oh, crap. I started thinking, and then I didn't attack. Doomcuff. Alright, play Volamok, win. Good, more rip aparts. Yep, that's why I put rip apart in my deck, so I could draw more rip aparts. Okay. $33 cards left in deck. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it gains control, sure. It's tapped, I attack with Volamok. Volamok is a 7. I don't see why I don't block this right now. Yes, you can have the treasure. Alright, so if I have 4, 8, plus 3 is 11 mana. 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 7 is 15 mana. So I have plus 6 on Volamok, which is lethal, it looks like. And then we can swag points with the... Okay. Q. Good game, good game. Huh. Go again. See if we can't get out of gold 1, or get to gold 1 rather, get out of gold 2. Plan on playing for an hour like normal. And then after that, we'll be heading over to, well, not will. I will be heading over to edit videos. Have the videos recorded for the general content that I keep on promising you guys, the normal content for the channel. We'll be editing that tonight and probably tomorrow morning as well, because I don't plan on staying up terribly late tonight. Just start the weekend off with a good amount of sleep, and then I can stay up till 1 a.m. every day after that until Monday. So in other words, Saturday and Sunday night. This is my comes into play tapped. Yeah. So I want to play this before the planes. Submit 1. I guess, yeah, Rip Apart is a sorcery, so it didn't necessarily matter. Rip Apart is a really good card, so it makes sense that it's a sorcery. It's just weird because red-white seems, red-white, 1 red, 1 white feels like an instant speed spell. Like, it feels like any spell you cast for that should be an instant speed. Obviously not the case, but that's what it feels like. So we have access to 4 white in case we draw into. We did not draw into that. Reveal that. We didn't put anything good in the graveyard, right? I think I might just draw 2 with this. Well, it's we can draw 2 with this and give ourselves a 3/2. We'd be sacrificing the land. We'd be sacrificing a land. Do we care? Nah, I don't care. I'll sacrifice a land. Alright, so now we're looking for Doomscar. Play this first and then use the treasure to cast Rip Apart. I'm going to keep the mountain in my hand. Toss that one. Alright, and then we'll just slow down the bleeding. Need more of a commitment from my opponent. Unfortunately, he doesn't look like he's drawing into lands, which is okay. Oh, well, there's a land. Okay, gotcha. I was going to say, I would have expected him to play the land first if he had it, but guess not. Alright, so we get to cast this straight out of our hand, and we have a mountain to reveal. Yeah, not great. We can't do anything with that. We can gold spend block over here on the Cathar. Now we can't. Ooh. Now I really want that Doomscar. That's enough pressure for Doomscar. Block, whoops. Block like that. Take the 6 to the face. It hurts. Let's draw. Discard this guy that my opponent can see. Actually, that will reduce damage quite a bit. Yeah, the plains is less flexible. Alright, Invoke Justice. We'll be able to attack. Yeah, so we'll still be able to clear. And play that. Oh, we get a treasure, get a spell. Invoke Justice doesn't do anything right now. Right. Invoke Justice does not do anything. So we are just looking at discarding 2. Do we want to discard 2? I guess we do. We want to find the Doom Scar. Plus it gains us life. Gaining life is also good right now. There's another Invoke Justice, that's good. And now we rip apart that guy. And end turn. Alright. Opponent should have some removal spells for Valamuk. But if he uses a removal spell, he probably doesn't have lethal, so we're still in this. Velomachus. I know I keep on misnaming him, but that's okay because he doesn't have feelings, he's just a card. What you got, Sheena-san? That's fascinating. I wonder what he's waiting for. He's got to have something in that hand. Come on. Like, I mean, I realize we haven't seen terribly much of his deck, but a mono white deck has to have some kind of removal cards in it. Yeah, that's not a removal card. That's a tempo card. Yeah, sure. Get rid of my dragon. Invoke Calamity. I don't have an Angel Fire in here, right? No, I don't see an Angel Fire. Hey, that's mean. 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 7. So I gotta attack first or draw a land. We can rip apart it. We can rip apart. This is an instant, right? Yeah, that's an instant. Let's rip apart that guy. All attacks. Yeah, we're just gonna gain a whole bunch of life. And we could do this too. Yep. Okay, cool. GG's. So back to my deck tracker isn't actually tracking me right now, but I think that's like 5-1, right? I think that's 5-1. And we go again. Are we out of gold yet? I wasn't paying attention. I was checking my other screen. So anyway, with the as I was talking about earlier, with the videos I'm editing, got one thing that you guys know about. I'll let you guess on which one is first. Play this guy first because I may not be able to activate him otherwise. Yeah, hilarious. Draw them out immediately. Alright. So, one video I'm editing is one that you guys know about that I did on here on stream. The other one is a potentially useless, but otherwise, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that enchantment right now. But pretty nifty little dealio that I designed for personal use, but potentially you can get some use out of it. So look forward to those two things. Make sure to tune in to see what they are. and hopefully the videos go over really well. I haven't really been posting anything on social media about streaming just because I don't have many friends that watch streams to begin with, so posting it to my personal social media doesn't do very much good, but I plan on posting the regular content stuff there because my friends do enjoy my 3D printing stuff, so that'll be fun. This is scary. I mean, we're gonna Doomscar. I just feeling a little scared. Whatever. It doesn't make a difference. Not really, because I don't really want to seize the spoils on my unexpected windfall when I don't have anything else to play. So exile a card from a graveyard. Goodbye, Velomachus. No. I should probably Doomscar again. Hey, it's another Velomachus. We can play that into Doomscar. Alright, hopefully this Velomachus sticks around. We do not have 4 whites, though. Crap. We don't have 4 whites. Did I accidentally put a... I did not put a Invoke Justice in my graveyard, so I can't invoke Calamity. Oh, that is awkward. Alright, do I just take the 6-7 damage to face and draw? Huh. I think I do. Alright, there's our 4 whites, so we can do this. And I'm going to go ahead and just spend this mana now to get rid of Ren. Next turn we might invoke Calamity for the Doomscar back, assuming that my opponent uses his last 2 cards. Hey, he gets a draw here. I'm going to guess that he's one of the 3 cards here is a land. So he'll play a land and then hopefully play 2 cards. Unless he pumps all his mana into the Ranger class. There's a land, there's the Ranger class, pumps mana into the Ranger class, and does not play the last card. So the question is my Velomachus better than whatever he's got in his hand? Or do I want to... Yeah, I think it's better to play the safe right here. Just Doomscar the field. He's got an instant. Okay, so that card's in. Cancel. 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 Okay. Thank goodness. Oh, crap. I thought I... Okay. Yeah, that's not indestructible. That's hexproof. Okay. There is an indestructible card in Michiko's. I think it's Michiko's in standard right now. 1 mana indestructible, so that was a little bit scary. We could have just lost the game there, but this is now going to... so back to how tight to the chest do I play this, because I can either get Velomach back, or I can get rid of this card. And I can get rid of this card. We could also draw. Yeah, let's draw. Alright. I'm just going to get rid of this card because this card's going to generate value for him. And then next turn we'll invoke Justice. Next turn we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 mana for just... Gosh darn it. Alright, I'm just gonna go. I am just going. Do I just go? So he's dead in 2 turns. In 2 turns, so next turn he +1s, and then turn after that he dies. So the Ren should not be involved in the game at this point. I will pitch. Oh my goodness, I am misclicking so bad right now. Oh boy. Alright, I feel much better with this game now that I have a Doomscar just in case. And a second Rush Dragon. Okay, this game's feeling a lot more in control. I do think I'm going to precast this guy with these treasures. I don't have enough cards in hand to justify keeping the treasures for the gold span value. So I'm pretty sure that that's just the correct thing to do. No, I don't have another Valamook in my graveyard. So, what'd you just get rid of? Unexpected Windfall? Okay. Alright, yeah. No. Why did... You were still alive. You can just block with Tree Boy. Alright, whatever. Alright, we're at the hour mark, but we're 1 win away from getting out of Gold 2, so not jinxing it or anything, but let's see if we can get out of Gold 2. No jinxing, no jinxing. Knock on wood. Alright, so we got our 3 lands. We got a mix here of lands that can come into play and whatnot, so we're good. We have 2 blues, or 2 whites, 2 reds, so we're good on that front. Eventually we'll need to hit, 4 ofs, but that's a while away. We are a little heavy on mana cost right now, but we will survive. I don't need to actually show them that because we don't have anything we can play anyway, so that will just go into play tapped. I will have her played. Again, I don't have any 2 mana cards just yet. So unless I draw into a 2 mana card, I drew into a 2 mana card. So we'll go ahead and play. I don't really want to. So this card is not the scary card. It's all the cards that work off of this card that's the scary card. So while this card is enabling the other cards, I'd prefer to just get rid of the other cards to begin with. So I think I'm going to leave this card up on the board. Is this a bad idea? My opponent plays 1 minion. It goes from a 2/2 to a 3/3, and that's it. Right? He's only gonna have 2 mana. Just play a 2 mana minion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can leave this alive and just kill it next turn. Kill whatever comes out next turn, rather. All right, and he is white-black clerics. It looks like. So we got to worry about Orsov cleric. Yeah, so this becomes a 3/3, which we knew about. It's still within death range. Play that card. We didn't have a 3-drop to begin with. Yeah, maybe it was better getting rid of the Lunarch Veteran. Just because one of those things, now he can play 2 cards this turn and get a 4/4. Okay, he did not get a 4/4. That's good. This card on turn 3 is slow enough that we're probably alright. Unless we don't play anything. Don't draw anything. I figured we'd draw at least a draw spell, but that did not happen. So now we are in a bit of trouble. Heck, I'd be happy even if we drew a Doomscar this turn. If we had drawn a Doomscar this turn so that we could forecast it. There's the Hierophant. The Hierophant's annoying. Yeah, we're going to have to zap that guy. lightning bolt it. Oh boy. Oh no! I said I wasn't jinxing it. I said I wasn't jinxing this game, and I went and jinxed it. It's over. It's over. We're dead. There's a land. If I had drawn a land last turn, I would have been able to play Lorehold Command this turn and actually held on for another couple of turns. Rip. Alright. Didn't want to go out on a loss, but that is the stream. Thank you for watching. Again, the deck is extremely powerful. Easy 70-80% win rate. Obviously, that one loss we had where I just ignored the fact that I had 2 lands and tried to play it anyway. That last one, we had 3 lands and I didn't have any draw cards, so probably should have mulliganed that hand too, but did not. So this all seems just like player error to me. Again, very happy with the deck. Very fun deck to play. And highly recommend it. So, thank you again for watching. And I hope you have a great and wonderful day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at in the world. And I will catch you tomorrow, hopefully, with some of the primary content for the, well, primary pre-recorded content for the channel. The pre-3D print design content. So, anyway, again, thank you and catch you later.